Now that we have all parts created, let's create on these doors openings for placing locks, and after that to play with parameters. So let's go to this door component. It is very simple at this point. Isolate, select this plane and create sketch on that plane. I will create rectangle 21 by 21 millimeters and place it 250 millimeters, and from here 50. This, let's say 300. This position can be edited. It depends on lock features. So one more rectangle 21 21. Now we have this collinear constraint. When we apply this constraint, we choose line and other line that is in line or collinear with that line. So these two lines are on the same imagined line. And now let's create this dimension. It is the same as this. So finish sketch, go to extrude. Instead of distance, we select two objects, select this side of the object, and we have these rectangles created for locks. Now unhide, unisolate all elements, go to the end of timeline, and we have now full assembly created. Now, as you remember, we created parameters for our width and height. So if we modify width or height 300, all our components are modified to this dimension, and I hope it works okay, just to see how it looks in cross section. It's okay. Or if we edit height, modify, change parameters, let's find height parameter. It's here instead of 800, 1 meter. So it goes to 1 meter. But as you see, when I edit height, these elements stay at the same position and hinges stay at the same position. Let's try to position these elements in function of height. So let's do this first. So how can I find where it is placed in timeline? I select this, something on this feature, and look in timeline when we have these three small lines above this feature. It's extrude, but we are interested in this sketch. So we have 300 here. So let's make it height divided by 2 minus 150. And let's see how it looks. 350, that's, or so we have this symbol here, so we cannot see what we have in this equation. That's, I cannot move it. That's very, very bad. People from Autodesk must do something to improve this. So luckily I know that it says 150 and I want 100 to be there. So let's say 100, and it's now like this. Or maybe, again, I don't see it, maybe 70. So now when we edit height of our object, this position of these rectangles will change, let's say. So you see, it changes with height dimension. Now let's edit hinges, position of hinges. First, we have to go to base. We have to edit this dimension. So this dimension says that we place instances of these two holes 340 millimeters up and 340 millimeters down. So we don't want here to say 340 millimeters, but we want to say height divided by 2 minus 100 or 70. Let's say something like that. So we have that updated. Also, we have to update on door position of these two hinges, but position of that will be the same. Just we have to check again for this parameter here in rectangular pattern. It's D41. Say okay. So D41. Now instead of 340 we will type D41 here, and instead of minus 340 we will type minus D41 and enter. Now we have all elements in parameters, and now when we change height again, modify, change parameters, type height, instead of 80 let's type 400. Now we see that hinges are moved, that these holes are moved, everything is moved, and it's parameterized. That works for height, for width also. We can again modify width. Instead of 300, let's say 800. And it works with that, just as we want. So let's change these parameters back with, let's say 500, height, let's say 800, and click OK. And that would be it. Hope it was useful, hope it was fun. Looking forward to your questions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to subscribe and share the video with your friends, family and colleagues who might find it useful.